You've probably heard that you should take magnesium for muscle cramps. But do you know that there are many more exciting effects that magnesium has in our body? Below, you will find a link where you can download more information about magnesium. Look at it, it's quite exciting. I'll summarize it briefly here. Magnesium is found in many vegetables, also in all sorts of grains or cereals. The problem is, when you measure it, the levels of magnesium of our food are 80 to 90% lower than they were 100 years ago. When we measure magnesium in the blood of our patients, almost all of them, about 3/4, have very low magnesium levels, and that has a big impact on our health. In Germany, there is a magnesium researcher, Professor Klaus Kisters. For years, he's been working intensively on magnesium research, and the results are incredible. Just a few years ago, we believe that magnesium plays a role in about 300 biochemical reactions. Professor Kisters has now found 800 reactions, so more than double than what we thought. Very important is the function of magnesium for the heart. The heart is also a muscle. If you have cramps in other muscles and you take magnesium, it also helps the heart. With sufficient magnesium levels, the blood pressure is about 10 mmHg lower than without. This in itself is already a good effect. Further, the pumping power of the heart is improved. In the case of incipient heart failure, magnesium supports, of course, among others, the pumping power of the heart. And finally, this protects the inner layers of the arteries, so that less arterial calcification can take place. It plays a role in diabetes, where artery damage can take place in the later stages. It also has a good effect in diabetic treatment. In addition to this protection of the vessels, it also slightly increases the insulin production. There are proven effects in the brain, the central nervous system, in diseases such as Parkinson's, or children who suffer from ADHD or ADS. They almost have a magnesium deficiency. And obviously, there are many other factors as well. But magnesium can support a therapy for children or elderly people with neurological diseases. And then, very importantly, a very common problem: osteoporosis. Almost every woman over 50 and many doctors just give a little extra calcium. If things go well, the doctor might add a little bit of vitamin D with it. But that is not the problem. Osteoporosis is not the result of a calcium deficiency, but primarily of vitamin D and magnesium deficiency. If you suffer from osteoporosis, take magnesium, vitamin D, a higher dosage in the range of 3,000, 4,000 units per day, and vitamin K2. This triple combination leads to calcium being incorporated into the bone. We see this with muscle spasms, what everyone already knows. I can only advise you to try. Not all muscle cramps come from magnesium deficiency, but almost all of them. If you suffer from nightly cramps of the muscles, try 2 or 3 capsules of magnesium per day. With this, we have addressed the dosage. It is practically impossible to overdose on magnesium when taken orally. I always hear of warnings. Even nutritional science also tells us no more than 250 milligrams. But that is not true. You can consume 800 or more milligrams of magnesium. It depends on which types of salts. When you buy magnesium, you have to look at what's in it. Is it magnesium citrate, magnesium oxide, magnesium orotate? There are about 20 different magnesium salts, which have different absorption capacities in the intestine. and also different levels of time effect in the blood. Magnesium citrate is very quickly absorbed, but if you take a little more of it, it can cause diarrhea. And it also robs you of your iron. If you take magnesium frequently, you often have an iron deficiency as well. That's why I don't recommend citrate, otherwise it doesn't really matter. My favorite are products where several salts are mixed together. This is where I see the best results.